So today we're just doing a Sunday quick hitter. So we've been talking, I don't know a lot about the situation on the U.S.-Mexico border, but today I'm just going to talk. I'm going to actually mention as one of the stories, but just a few small things just to quickly talk about, hit on a couple minutes each topic. So and the final story will actually still have to do with that current crisis that continues in a more tangential way. So first I want to talk about another case of police murder, so to speak. A video came out showing in a situation in East Pittsburgh in Pennsylvania where a 17-year-old African-American teen was shot while running from the police, shot in the backs, and this person was also unarmed. So it was an unprovoked shot. Sorry, it's a little rainy outside. An unprovoked shooting by the police. Of course, understand that in an ideal situation, if it's me, I'm not going to run from police. But again, I don't have that history with the police. I don't have that fear, and it's something I can talk about it, I can listen, but I can never understand that as someone who grew up in suburban Pennsylvania, who didn't have that fear, who didn't see on TV people look like me getting shot. So you can understand why they do. And even if they run, doesn't mean you shoot them in the back. That doesn't make sense. And this is just something, it's a cancer that has overtaken police. And I don't know how long it's been there. Maybe it's always been there. But there's this shoot first mentality. And particularly there are different standards for different people. So just in that same situation, not there, but in another situation, how many times have you seen like middle-aged white men who are not only resisting, but are actually fighting back against the police, facing them, and they still get taken alive? Now, I'm not saying those people should be killed too. I mean, lethal force should be a last resort. So clearly, there's this case. In addition to this cop, he had been campus police and had a history of violence and had been fired. And then the police department of the city took him in. It's ridiculous. Like, why are you doing that? If I'm really bad at my job and I get fired, usually you ask for that sort of thing. So, not really sure what happened. People got to find out. And then I want to also mention the media's role in this, where the media has put out. There's always this case where if it's a white kid, it seems like, oh, they were a loner, or they were bullied, or this or that. And not saying that's not legitimate, but it's always a way to make like Dylan Roof seem like a normal kid. When on the flip side, this kid and other African American teens, when this happens, in this case, a false report was put out that he was part of some sort of shooting. And it turns out it wasn't true. Even the city came out and said, no, that's bullshit. That's not true. And the media kept reporting it. So there's a responsibility to the media. There's a responsibility to the police force. There's a responsibility across the board. And it's just a very, very difficult situation. It's systematic, and it ties in with what's happening in the NFL, what happened in the NFL and taking a knee. This is why this is necessary. And then there's protests to block off the road. And I saw a real nice video actually where there were truckers and they talked to them. They said, you're stuck for 5 years, but they actually had compassion. They said, you know what? Yeah, it's inconvenient for us, but these protesters, what happened wasn't right. And that kid can never go back to his family again. So they had their priorities in line, which was actually a very heartening thing because you don't see that often. But we always have to remember, protest is not meant to be convenient. It's never meant to be convenient. It's supposed to be adversarial. All right? If you're sitting in your room and not doing anything, and something I've been very self-critical, then no one can hear you if you're protesting. So this is just something that really bothers me. Oh, this is not the right way to protest. You see this a lot in other parts of the world too. They say with the Palestinians, oh, this is not a way to do it. Then you got to do it non-violently. So they do it non-violently. They get shot. Oh no, you have to do it diplomatically. So they go to the UN. They're like, oh. So whenever someone says a protest is not correct like that way, it's all a farce. It's all bullshit. And all it is they're going to keep saying this is not a way. This is not a way. So yeah, block the fucking highway. I say do what you got to do. That's history. When you protest, you have to be disruptive. That's how you get your motherfucking message out. So it really is ridiculous. And people whining, oh, I can't get to work. Well, this kid's never coming back. All right. And I'm tired of always hearing, and I do still saying, oh, police are good, that's that. No, they're not. As long as police are doing this, police are a destructive force on society. And I'm not saying we should abolish police or anything like that. I'm saying we have to fix it. And police are a bad force for bad right now in this country. And hopefully one day that changes, and that'd be nice.